Hello, this is Chain 344, and we are on episode 4, and we have a bunch of exciting things to talk about today.
Yep.
So the first thing is the giveaway again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Kate, by the way. We should probably
Oh,
do our introductions,
yeah,
because we're
yeah.
super, on the ball. I'm
Look at
Kate.
us. I'm Carolyn.
So, let's talk about the giveaway. The giveaway is ending
30th.
the 30th, yes, and
Yep.
then we will do the drawing on our next podcast,
Yep.
right? Okay, so
Yep.
that means May 4th
Yep.
is when
So,
the drawing will be.
so enter. All you have to do is say a random fact about Minnesota, and then your 6 degrees of separation, however weird or simple they may be,
Mhm.
doesn't really matter. We just make you do stupid stuff to
Yep.
get free stuff.
Yep. And that's all in the Ravelry group. So go check that out. And there will be a link for that down below.
I don't know.
Right there. Yep.
Sign language. I'm a stewardess in another life. Buckle.
Buckle your seatbelts for giveaways. Be safe.
Turbulence.
All right. Yeah.
It's Monday.
To be fair, it's been Monday every time we've recorded, but
No. Shh. Shh. Maybe that's why we're so weird.
that very well could be. I'm gonna use that as an excuse. I'm totally fine with that.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So giveaway. Go enter in the giveaway. We should probably say what we're giving away.
Right. We're giving away. Oh, look how prepared I am. I just didn't clean it up from last week. Abracadabra, which does this. Let's see if it'll
yeah,
change.
the demo again.
No, it didn't change much. It turns
Okay.
purple.
It turns purple. So I've got a skein of that for the giveaway, and then we also have a podcast-related, not yarn item to give away as well. So you'll receive those two things. So far, there are, I believe, 8 entries in the giveaway. And so you've got pretty good chances of winning. So
Magic
go
yarn.
check that out, yeah. Should we say what the
Sure.
okay, we've got a pretty neat coffee mug with our logo on it for the extra swag thing.
It's super cute, and you can drink tea or
Or
vodka
coffee or
whatever you want in it.
we won't police you about what beverage you can imbibe from the
Well,
mug.
you should. We should disclaimer. You should be 21.
But that's not our problem.
Right. Yeah. Just drink coffee out of it. New rule.
So anyway, yeah, you get the skein of Abracadabra and the coffee mug. And so if we pick you as the winner, you should PM me on Ravelry your address. And I will send that off to you.
Exciting!
Yay! So the next thing to talk about is the Minnesota Along, which we are doing.
Yeah.
And so that's going until the end of May,
Yeah.
I believe. And
31st. I had to count.
yep, 31st.
Look at me. Kindergarten all over again today.
See, I just get away with it every time without having to think about it by saying end of or with some way without having to say the date.
The last day.
The last day of May. Yeah, it goes until the last day of May. And I am a cheater. So for the along, you can do knit, you can do crochet, you can do spinning if you can find a way to link it somehow to Minnesota. You can be, again, as silly as you want.
This is green, and it reminds me of pine trees, which are in Minnesota.
Yeah, whatever you want is fine with us. There's a list of kind of suggestions that are in the thread on our Ravelry group, which, again, there will be a link to. Somewhere down below.
I want to make it look not like I'm pointing at my crotch. Happy Monday!
What else? Oh, have you picked out a thing to do for the knit along yet?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the Gustav cowl.
Oh, okay, cool.
I really like it, and I have my bag of all my yarn that I got on the hop is kind of tucked behind the door in Ernest's room, so every time I go in there, that yarn is poking out the top, my hazel knits. I'm like, I really want to touch it and play with it. I'm gonna do the Gustav cowl.
Sweet. Cool, that's a neat one. I chose a completely unrelated hat, which I'll show off during the works in progress section.
Cool.
I guess we're just about to, so I may as well do that now, huh?
Nice segue.
Totally planned. Yup. Okay.
Smooth like butter.
You know, I did not even write down the name of this pattern.
I thought that's what you were just doing.
I was writing down hat.
Oh my gosh. Alright.
So that's how this podcast is gonna go.
Happy Monday!
Alright, I think it's called something like vertical sock hat or sideways sock hat.
What?
I think that's what it's called.
Huh.
Because it's of sock yarn.
Oh. Okay.
And the one in the pattern was garter stitch, but I don't like garter stitch, so I'm doing stockinette one with little garter ribs in it.
Ooh.
And since it's stockinette, it's all like rolled up. But you do like 6 or 7 short row wedges.
Uh-huh.
And then sew the seam in the back. So
okay.
I've gotten 2 wedges done right now.
Very nice.
Just doing a little garter ridge thingy every now and then. Not like in a pattern, just kind of whenever. And I'm doing this out of JoJo Land Melody, which is superwash merino or superwash wool. I don't know if it's superwash any wool specific. But it's got these really long kind of gradual color changes that I think will look really cool in this sort of vertical.
So pretty.
Yeah, I like it. So it kind of goes from like green to purple. Oops, I keep going the wrong way. And then this is, well, the light's not really picking it up, but it's really light green.
Yeah.
And then kind of back to purple, and then to bright green, and oh yeah, it's a way brighter, lighter green than it's showing up on there, but
still looks yummy.
Yeah.
And then do you pick up and do a rib on the bottom?
Yeah,
like
I probably will, just to stop it from curling.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So, and this is working up really quick, because it's fingering weight on size 6s. So, and these are my Crystal Palace needles, which spin on the cable, And
so cool.
It's my favorite thing ever. Yeah. So the cable never, like, kinks up on you because the needles rotate. So, yeah. But
That's pretty cool.
yeah. But the tips on these are not great at all. So I wouldn't get these below, like, a size 4 or something because you're not, like, the tips are not pointy at all. So that's what I'm working on right now, or one of the things I'm working on. I've got one more, which is my Franken sweater.
Yay!
And it's all, like, gross and bunched up at the bottom, so you're not actually going to be able to see much of it. But I've worked, I think I've been,
Wow.
I was at the ribbing when I showed it last, like right there.
Yeah, just like a little bit beyond it.
So I've gotten a bit done on that.
A little bit.
Yeah. But it's all, like, bunched up, so you can't even really see. I put this lifeline in to try it on.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, it's alright, so I'm gonna keep going.
I see the blousing in the front.
Yeah. Sorry, I already tossed it back. I did. Where's that at? I did a bunch of increases right in the front to sort of make it drapey. I keep moving the wrong way to the webcam. To make it sort of, like, drapey up front, because I'm trying to model a shirt that I have that I like, that I think fits me well. And it's sort of just loose. It, like, gathers right under the boobs and then drapes from there. So
It's gonna be cool. Is it gonna have sleeves?
I haven't decided what kind of sleeves I'm going to do. It is going to have sleeves of some variety. I think probably, like, elbow sleeves.
I was going to say cap sleeves.
Oh yeah, that would work too. That's kind of what I'm going back and forth between, is elbow sleeves and cap sleeves. I've got plenty of yarn though, so.
Well then, make sleeves that you can zip off. Because that'd be so attractive.
Yeah. So I've got this. I just finished the first skein of this.
Wow.
Well, and I've been kind of using both the first one and this one for parts because I needed to have 4 ends of yarn for a while for some reason.
This is a great pattern you're writing.
I'm never gonna write this up and tell other people about it because it's just insane. So this is the second one, and then I've got one more as well. So
okay.
I've got plenty, I think.
Yeah.
And when I tried it on, the lifeline was like a couple inches above my belly button, and I want it to be about hip length.
Okay, yeah.
So, I mean, I've got a long ways to go on this, but I think I'll have plenty of yarn.
You should. If you only have used one, pretty much.
Yeah, like 1 1/4, I would say.
Yeah, cool.
Give or take. Maybe 1 1/2. I'm not sure. There's a lot of yardage in that, though, which is Cascade Heritage Sock.
So cozy.
There is the label.
It's going to be so exciting that the tag will be facing the right way this time.
Oh, yeah, that's in every single other podcast we've done. The webcam has been reversed, and Carolyn has been able to see my side correctly, but Skype reversed it. So when I would show you labels, they were backwards. And I'm sure not very easy to read.
We are so Professional.
Yeah. So they should be forwards this time. So yeah, this Cascade Heritage sock is 437 yards each.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's quite a bit.
You'll be set.
Yup. And I'm not sure how well the color is being picked up. It's
a little
really,
more red.
Yeah, it's kind of like a pumpkin-y, cinnamon sort of color.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rust.
It's pumpkin pie colored, really. So
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm gonna look like a giant pumpkin walking around in it, but
That's kind of what I thought with this sweater, but
yeah, that doesn't give that impression at all, though. So I'm hopeful for mine.
yours will be fine. I have you in it. Right. Yeah, so
Those are my whips.
I only have one in progress right
Ooh,
now.
monogamous knitting.
It's not, so I am usually a playa. So this is messing with my style. I'm binding this off.
Ooh.
Dun, 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 dun. Goes on for miles. I just hit the halfway bind off mark.
Nice. Very pretty.
Keeps going. And this pattern is the Gallatin scarf. It's a freebie on Ravelry.
Cool.
And I would highly recommend it. It calls for, I believe, fingering or maybe DK. And I did it with Superfine and size 10s, and I just added, if you look at the pattern, it calls for you to repeat steps 6 through 11 twice, and I repeated those 4 times.
Okay. Makes sense.
So I've got a lot of extra length, but it's so squeezy and nice. And if you are in our Ravelry group and you saw the picture I posted in Chatter of what it was supposed to be inspired by,
Yes.
I still feel like it's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
For my
It really
gypsy.
is. Like, the colors in that picture you posted
Yeah.
are just perfect.
And it was crazy because, like, when I bought the yarn, that's kind of what I felt like seascape type thing. And then I just happened to be, after our discussion last week of my gypsy obsession,
Right.
I was on Pinterest looking at gypsies again. And that I was like,
That's it. That's
I
perfect.
was like, what was in my mind? But yeah, that
So,
one, all those extra repeats I did, and I still have this much left.
Dang.
I know.
And you had a second skein of that too, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And it's... How many yards? Tell me, label. It's 306 yards. So it's a lot in a skein.
Yeah, for a skein that size, because they were, like, teeny.
Yeah, they were like really compressed.
Yeah.
Like a little donut size.
So it's not the same pattern that you were doing last week, is it?
No. It's not my sawtooth thing that I was working on. Which I did like, but I don't think I like with this yarn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the sawtooth thing really works with sort of a tighter gauge. And when you're doing a loose kind of drapey thing like that, you lose the sawtooth effect.
And I was still kind of like okay with losing the effect and having it just be a little more flowy and kind of rippled, but the amount of thought I had to put into making up the sawtooth for the fact that it wasn't exactly how my heart had desired it. It's like, I'm done with you.
I don't blame you. When it's not just perfect, you kind of lose the will to work on it.
And I did. And, well, like, when I started this pattern, even though I read through the pattern before I started, which I sometimes do, for some reason, my brain just, like, wasn't clicking that you start at the lace edge. For some reason, I was thinking you start at the top
Uh-huh.
and you're, like a normal shawl and you're doing like a few increases and like working out from there and the lace was like an edging because it continues like all the way up. So
Right.
I just assumed. Yeah, I started it like 4 times and I'd get like 5 rows in and be like, this looks so stupid and rip it out
Oh no.
because it wasn't how I imagined it was supposed to be constructed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I finally made the connection that you start at the bottom. I was like, it must have been Monday.
It must have been, yeah. I think it was, actually, because didn't you do that after we filmed?
It probably was. Yeah, I'm sure we can go back on Twitter and see when I was sending all those patterns to you.
And all the angry faces about your,
Snow.
yeah, the
It
snow.
snowed here last week, but it's beautiful today.
Good. If it snowed again today, I would be very upset on your behalf.
I am really nervous because every time we've tried to like put the winter gear away, like the first time it happened, we had taken all the heaters out of the horses' water tanks, and the next night it froze and snowed like 1.5 feet.
Oh
All the tanks were frozen.
no. Oh no.
It was just a mess. So we kept joking, like, don't take them out. The next time we had a surprise snow, we had just put the salt for the driveway away, and then it snowed.
Oh no.
So we always joke, we're like, leave the salt out. Don't put the shovels away. And yesterday, my husband just put the salt away, like, for real. So we're like...
Risky.
I know, that's what I told him. I'm like, please don't, just wait till the 4th of July, okay? So if I'm on Twitter crying later today, we can all blame
why.
for putting...
Yeah, it's getting up to like mid 60s here pretty reliably, but it's also down to near freezing at night.
Yuck.
So I don't want to put my plants and stuff out yet. There's like a jungle in my dining room right now of just like all of my potted plants that ought to live on the porch. And I don't want to take them out yet because I'm afraid that one night it's gonna frost again.
Yeah.
Because it's down to like 35, 40 at nighttime. I don't like it.
Yeah, I know. We're putting in our big garden this weekend, so I'm like, please don't freeze again.
That would be so sad.
Yeah, especially after the fact that all my seedlings haven't sprouted yet because it's snowed 4 times since I've planted them in their sweet little pots.
Poor guys.
I know.
Is the ground thawed up there?
Yes. Yes, it is. It's been thawed for a while, but it hasn't stayed reliably warm enough. Because I take a thermometer out and stick it in the soil. Some people do that for their gardens.
Gardening is serious business.
Well, it's gonna be for me because I'm gonna have a massive one. Maybe I should get a soil thermometer. Maybe that's my problem.
Yeah, there you go. Then you can more adequately judge the feelings of your little seedlings.
I'd just be like making them blankets. It's like little hats.
You should.
Teeny hats. It wouldn't
You should
help.
do it.
All my love for them, it just kills them. Caleb's like, you should just not care about them and they'll survive. And I'm like, no, I love them. I want them to grow.
I'm gonna sit out of the sun. There we go. Okay. I have like stripes of sunlight on my face.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna be getting that pretty soon. I see the window curtain stripe is moving towards us. All right. So, finished objectos?
Finished objects, right. I've got one, but also sort of half of one, not really one, because it's a sock. One singular sock.
It's so cute, though.
And this is the slipper thing that we were talking about last time. And this is out of Hazelnut's artisan sock. I had to rip this back.
Had to.
Well, I can't remember how done it was last podcast. I think it was like just the toe. Or maybe the toe and some of the bottom.
Showed me the heel at one point.
I had to rip back the heel. I finished it. I completely finished it. And then tore it apart and redid the heel. Because I had left too few stitches unwrapped on my short row heel. So if you've ever done a short row heel before, you know that can make your heel too long and too pointy. Yeah. So I ripped that out and redid it, and then redid the okay. My headphones plug into the microphone, and I leaned my elbow on top of the headphone cord and pulled it down. So, anyway, so I worked the heel, and then picked up stitches along the bottom flap thing, and then worked up from there and did the little rib part here.
Cute.
So, yes, I like these, or this, singular.
I like this.
I like this so far. Now that I have fixed my problems with it. Like, I ripped out the toe once, and then I ripped out the heel once, and it's just been a lot of changing my mind and deciding it should be done a different way. So, hopefully I've got everything worked out, and the second one will be a breeze.
Right. Have you been writing notes?
Yes. Yes, I don't have my little notebook here, but I wish I had brought it, because it would be funny to show where I scribbled out and erased and
yeah, you know how that goes.
Changed my mind 100 times and completely rewrote the toe to be more rounded instead of the square one, and
yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah. So you have an exciting finished object.
Wearing it.
Ah!
Yes.
So pretty.
This is Briquette, and I'm so happy.
Yay!
And I'm happy.
How did you do your drawstring?
I ended up going with twist cord.
Okay.
Which was really funny because it was like 11:30 at night. I had everything done but the cord. I was like, I'll do it in the morning. No. I'll do it now. We were watching Chuck on Netflix,
mm-hmm.
which is important because Chuck is the best. And this is like my 5th time watching the show. Okay. So I had Ernest's like jumpy seat, his little bouncer, like baby clip-in seat,
mm-hmm.
sitting on one side of the living room. And I had all the yarn measured out and safety pinned to his seat, and I was standing all the way in the kitchen, twisting it.
Oh my gosh.
And, like, it's going right in front of Caleb, who's sitting on the couch watching Netflix, and he's like, what are you doing? I'm finishing my sweater. Spinning this twine.
Did you, like, twist it by hand, or did you... Like, how did you twist it like that?
I measured it out, like, twice as long as I wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And did, like, the loop thing, like that YouTube video that I had found
mm-hmm.
showed. You measure out how long you want the drawstring, and then add, like, 5 inches, and then double it.
Okay.
Because you lose, like, a amount in the twisting,
mm-hmm.
the length. But you double it so that, basically, let me get all up in your face here.
Ooh.
I know, it looks so professional. You hold the entire length all the way out in your kitchen while the end of it's in your living room, pinned or like nailed to something that's like gonna hold it. You tie a knot and you pin it by the knot. And then you have the loops on the other end, or by you from like folding. I did, how many strands of yarn? This is a really complicated explanation. I did 8. No, 4. Yes, even number. I did 4, and then they get doubled when you fold it in half.
Right.
So you twist it a whole ton, and I like stuck a pen in the loops and just like spun the pen like crazy for like 10 minutes. And you keep spinning it and like holding it really tight until it doubles back on itself. And then this was where it got complicated, because I had to like try and find what was close to the middle of it and step on it so that it wouldn't twist somewhere else. And then I had to like hold it really tight and then take the ends together. And then I made Caleb hold the ends while he was still watching TV. And then I you kind of pull it to make the strands kind of mate like this and splice nicely.
Cool.
And then I sprayed it with a bunch of water like you suggested. And it's held up pretty nice.
Good.
That explanation probably made no sense.
Long yarn, twist it, and then ply it on itself.
Yeah. There you go. I should have just said that. Yeah.
It would have been maybe easier to do with like a drop spindle or something.
Probably, but I mean, how long it was?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was long. It was like, at least when I'm looking at the space it took up, it's probably like 18 feet.
Dang.
Which sounds like an excessive amount, but I did trim a tiny bit off, but I like the strings really long. So I don't lose them.
Yeah, they look very, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Plenty.
Plentiful? You have plentiful strings, m'lady. Huge tracts of land.
I'm sorry.
I need to rewatch all Monty Python movies. All of them. But yeah. That's my sweater.
Yay! It's exciting.
And other finished stuff. I really haven't done too much knitting this week because I've been playing woodshop.
Ooh.
This is a birch log that I got out of the woods. And then I bored a hole in it. And I put a fake tea light.
Cute.
Yep. I'm so handy with power tools.
That's very cute.
Yeah, Caleb was kind of thinking I was insane when I was doing this. But I want candles in it. I don't know if I've graduated to the level of safety to have a real candle. Just get a little fake one.
It's a good impression of your like final dream for it.
Yeah,
mock-up.
It's like the little kids, how you get like the play hammer or the play kitchen. Yeah, this is my play candle.
Speaking of play hammer, do you have that around? That is adorable. I don't think you've shown that off on the show.
I don't think I have either. I'll go get it.
Okay, if it's convenient for you.
Yeah, it's just like I gave Ernest one of my boxes from Aldi's, thinking he would love to play in it, and he cried. So now it has all his toys in it.
Adorable.
Yep. The little claws have been kind of mangled lately.
It's so cute, though.
Yep.
Good job.
Made a hammer.
Very cute.
I think so. I like it.
It's good for beating Caleb, too.
Yeah. It actually does hurt if you really whip at someone. Not that I know. Not that I've been whipping it at people. Yeah, but this was to go with Ernest's new toy box that Caleb is building. It's a little replica of one of his tool chests. Not Ernest's tool chest, one of Caleb's tool chests. So he's building this really adorable, almost done now, toy box shaped like a tool chest. So I decided to make some tools for it. And we have a hammer.
So cute.
And that's it so far. But yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to write this pattern up and I'll put it up in my Etsy shop.
You should.
Possibly. Just got to get this problem taken care of. They just kind of flop around.
Maybe make them shorter?
But then, I had this discussion already, then you wouldn't be able to get enough torque to actually pull a nail out. This is what I deal with.
Maybe make them connected until like halfway up.
No, they're connected partway up. I should have made them connected a little further. I was thinking of that plastic needlepoint mesh. Maybe shoving some of that in there and kind of like stitching it. Because I've done that for like brims of hats.
Yeah.
It works pretty well.
Yeah.
We'll see, Mr. Hammer. See. Oh, it landed right in the box. That was so perfect. Oh, man. Wow, that was once in a lifetime. I have no aim.
What actually happened is that it totally missed, and...
I'm not going to show you because our kitchen's kind of a mess. We had a grill out last night, and it was crazy.
Crazy?
Not really. I just didn't do the dishes from it. Oh, yeah!
Yeah. Is that all of our FOs?
Yep, that's all I have.
Okay. So, our next thing to talk about, according to my fancy, smancy show notes...
at that.
Oh yeah, it goes the right way. You can actually read it.
Oh,
Look,
so cool!
It says sweater and hat.
Oh, man. You're so articulate.
And then it also says down here, Swordofaknitter. And that's our next segment thing. We're going to add a little segment to the end of every podcast and talk about some podcasts that we like to watch. Mm-hmm. And the first one that we're going to talk about this time is Swordofaknitter. And I think you can find him just by searching Swordofaknitter podcast.
Sword like...
Yes, SWORD of a knitter. But a play on sort of, I think. Anyway.
So clever.
Yeah.
I think it's clever.
So, okay, so this is how it's spelled. Sock. Yeah, no, don't worry about that part. Swordofaknitter. Okay, search that. And he lives in Minnesota. He was at the Yarn Shop Hop when we were, and I saw him in Steve & B's while we were there, and did not recognize him well enough to realize it was him until later.
Yeah.
I walked out and I said, man, I saw that guy in there and he looked really familiar, but I couldn't place him. And then the other day I was catching up on his podcast and I was like, oh, well, that was that guy.
Yeah, she texted me in all caps, like, remember that guy we were talking about? I was like, yes, I think I remember that guy. Guess who he is?
He was this
Right.
guy. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yep. So his podcast is really neat. He doesn't only talk about knitting stuff. He also talks about tea. He's really into tea. He talks about life stuff, and he's a designer. His shawls are really neat, and so he kind of shows off the shawls that he's designed and that kind of thing, as well as, you know, what he's working on in general, and it's a really interesting podcast. So you all should go check him out as well if you're looking for other things to watch. I think he's got a knit along going on right now, or maybe two. I'm forgetting. Anyway, one of them is kind of a stash busting
Ooh.
knit along, and the other is to do one of his designs, or maybe it's part of the same thing, and it's two rules for the same knit along. I'm not sure.
Knit along.
Yeah. So anyway, if you're interested in that, and also for our Minnesota knit along, any of his patterns, since he is a Minnesotan designer, any of his patterns are valid for our knit along as well.
Yep. And
so
we linked one of them because he designed a pattern this year for the shop hop.
Mm-hmm. Angularity.
Yep. So that's on the list of shop hop patterns in our knit along thread.
Yes. And I think I linked his designer page as well in the thread. So, yep, go check that out. And he's got a really fun personality, and he's really engaging and cheerful and energetic. Yeah. So, yeah, go check him out. And
he's fun.
And report back. If you went and watched him. That would be fun.
Yeah, or tell him that his creepy stalkers.
Yeah. I sent him a message on Ravelry, and I was like, "Hey, I don't mean to be creepy at all, but I totally saw you while we were at the shop hop." And he was totally cool about it. He was like, "Oh, hey."
Oh, did he reply?
Yeah, he did. And he said, "Well, maybe we'll bump into each other next year then." So
cute. That's sweet.
Yeah.
People on the
really
internet
nice.
are so nice.
So yeah, that was cool. So I feel like I had something else to say.
Giveaway along podcasts, finished objects, works in progress, announcements. Oh, if you're in the La Crosse area in Wisconsin and you want to hang out with yours truly in a public place, not like at my house. That sounds really mean. Not invited. If you want to hang out in a coffee shop with me and do some knitting and gossiping about yarn and stuff like that, check out my Ravelry page. I'm going to be updating. I'm going to make a group, a La Crosse area group. Right now I'm part of a Wisconsin group, and I've found one person who's interested in hanging out and knitting.
Nice.
And I'd like to find some more, because I know you're out there.
La Crosse people, report.
Yeah, attention. Because there's a couple yarn shops here, and you can go in and hang out there. But I want to like break free. Like, there's so many awesome coffee shops and like fun places to hang out. And I don't want to just like be part of our own, like, in our yarn shops, just like creepy little golems
that never leave the...
Right. I want to like be out in public and have people come up to us and ask us what we're crocheting even though we're knitting. Or vice versa.
Right. Because they're always going to ask the opposite one than what you're doing.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm thinking next couple weeks, do some hanging out. So if you're interested or you're going to be in the area, shoot me a message. Don't show up at my house. Yeah. We'll hang out. It'll be fun. And we'll drink coffee.
That sounds fun.
Yep. I'm excited.
We should, when you make the group for that, we should have that be a sister group of the podcast group.
That sounds good.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
Everything I say sounds so sarcastic.
I forgive you.
I'm not being sarcastic. I think it sounds fun. Does anyone else have that problem? Like, you try to say something genuine and it sounds like really mean? My sister works retail and she was helping a customer and she was up like on a ladder helping her get something down, and the customer's like, "Are you sure it's okay?" And my sister, trying to sound genuine, said, "Oh no, it's fine, don't worry about it." But she realized afterwards that she sounded really, really sarcastic.
Oh no, it's fine.
Yeah. So I always joke about that with her. I'm like, no, it's fine. I
guess it's better than trying to sound mean than accidentally sounding nice and genuine, though.
I don't have that problem. I'm making myself sound like a really mean person. Not mean. People usually are aware, though, if I'm being mean, because I'm not good at masking it. You're dumb. You smell bad.
Oh, my feelings. I'm so hurt.
You're not dumb. You're not dumb. You don't smell bad.
That's the best way to do it, actually, because then people are always wondering, like, do I actually not smell bad, or is she just saying that?
Within a joke. I had a friend in college who, no matter what she was texting you, she would always put a winky face afterwards, and it changes the context of everything. If there's someone you want to mess with, I highly advise you try doing that, because it is so fun. Yeah, it's like someone would ask her, "Did we have homework for class?" "Yeah, we did." Winky face. "So how's your day?" "Pretty good." Winky face.
Yeah. That could get dangerous.
It's so funny. She had a lot of guys thinking things that were not true, though.
I can imagine. Winky face is also the sexually alluring face of emoticons.
I can't wink well. And my sister and husband found this out like a year ago. And it explained a lot about my high school experience when I realized that I don't really know how to wink, and I just think I do. Confessions. I'm not going to demonstrate because it's really bad.
That's fine. I won't make you. I've already called into question the fact of you throwing the hammer into the box, so I won't.
You're not going to question all my other... I just blatantly lie. The whole podcast, everything I say.
She doesn't even know how to knit, to be honest.
I don't. I hired someone to knit these things for me. I bought this at Target.
She taught Ernest to knit.
Ernest? Who's Ernest? That's a baby I found. Kid.
It's all he does, all day and all night.
He's taking a very long nap, though.
That's good.
Yeah, because teething is horrible.
Yep. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I think that's all the podcast stuff that we have. Everything should be in the show notes.
Mm-hmm.
There should be links to everything below. Links to the group. And...
yeah. You should join the group because
do join the group. come chat with us.
We want more random banter.
Yeah.
On, because I like to constantly have something to check on Rav.
So
Don't
yeah,
make
if you
me
just
join
want to,
groups at random.
yeah, if you want to just come and chat about random stuff, even if you don't want to join the knit along or the giveaway,
Yeah, totally.
come hang out.
We have a chatter thread that's basically Kate and I talking to each other.
Yeah.
Some other people jump in
Every now
there.
and then.
Yeah.
Porcupines. A lot of porcupine talk in there.
Yeah, if you want to weigh in on our ongoing porcupine debate, get on that because it's getting heated.
That's another lie, actually, but
It's getting heated for our group.
yeah.
It's alright. It's okay, guys. Just don't be scared. We're not scary.
Well,
Talk about stuff.
yep.
Yep.
Come do that, and we will say hello to you. Put yourself in the introduction thread. Or don't. Just come say hey. Whatever.
Do what you want. Now
Do
that
what you feel.
we've just opened the door for endless possibilities.
It'll be fun.
So fun. That wasn't supposed to sound sarcastic. I'm like, seriously, it'll be fun.
So fun.
So
Seriously.
fun. Maybe we should cut a lot of this out.
Now we have to leave it in, just for lulz.
For meta reasons.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so check the links below and check the group for other stuff. Join the giveaway. Join the knit along.
Oh my gosh. If you are watching this far into the video, wow. And you definitely need to post in the chatter thread and tell us how messed up we are.
100% messed up, I think, is the answer.
Yeah.
Alright, so I think let's
Stop while we're behind.
ahead.
We're ahead? Come on. Be real.
So that's this week, and we will hopefully see you next week. Thank you to everyone who watched, and especially thank you to return watchers,
Yes.
return viewers, and if you enjoyed our craziness, then hit subscribe on YouTube, and we'll see you again next week. So thank you, everyone, and bye!